Welcome to Academic Word List 8. Let's get started. Abandon. 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 Accompany. A-com-pa-ni. Accompany. Accumulate. 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 A at the end. A. Accumulate. Ambiguous. 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 Append. Append. Appreciate. 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 Arbitrary. 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 Automate. 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 Bias. 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 Chart. Chart. Clarify. 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 Commodity. 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 That T at the end is a light T. It's sort of half aspirated, not fully aspirated, so it's a T, not a T. Complement. Complement. The associated word with an I, complement, it's pronounced exactly the same. Complement, complement. Pronounced exactly the same. The only spelling difference is that there's an E in something that goes with or makes perfect, and there's an I in the one that means to say something nice. Conform. Conform. Contemporary. Contemporary. The Y on the end is pronounced. Contemporary. Contradict. 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 You will hear the T on the end of this word pronounced. It's not usually one of those words that you say contradict. You say contradict. Crucial. Crucial. So the CI becomes a sh sound. Crucial. Currency. 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 Denote. 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 Detect. Detect. Sometimes you will hear it pronounced as detect because the final T is dropped, but it's not wrong. It's just different, and if you choose to pronounce it with the final T, that's also correct. They're interchangeable. Detect. Deviate. 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 It's similar to the word deviant, and they are related in meaning, but the spelling is a little different. Displace. 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 Drama. Drama. Eventual. 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 That ch sound, that TU is a very hard ch. Eventual. Exhibit. 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 Exploit. 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 I have also heard this stressed the other way. Exploit. I think both of them are acceptable in most circumstances, except that you're going to hear, in an academic sense, you're going to hear exploit more often than exploit. So if you have to pick one, choose exploit. Fluctuate. Fluctuate. It could also be shoe. Fluctuate. Either one is acceptable. They're completely interchangeable. Choose the one you like. Know that you're going to hear both. Fluctuate. Guideline. 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 Highlight. Again, highlight. light, highlight. Implicit, implicit, implicit. Induce, induce. Inevitable, inevitable, inevitable. That T doesn't completely disappear in the middle, but it becomes a very high t sound instead of a t sound. So inevitable. Infrastructure, infrastructure. The dictionary will tell you that is infrastructure. You may hear infrastructure, but I surveyed 5 other Americans, and every one of us pronounced it infrastructure. So pick one. It doesn't matter. They're interchangeable. But just know that you're going to hear both. Inspect, inspect. Intense, intense. Manipulate, manipulate, manipulate. Minimize, minimize, minimize. Nuclear, nuclear. Sadly, nuclear is becoming an accepted pronunciation, but it's really not in academic circles, so learn nuclear and know that you're going to hear nuclear, even though it's wrong. This word can be used as a noun or a verb, and it uses pattern 1, where the stress shifts depending on how it's being used. So if something is a noun, it is offset. It is the offset. If it is a verb, it is to offset. So offset. Paragraph, paragraph, paragraph. Plus, plus. Practitioner, practitioner. So we have a practice, that T is heavily pronounced and aspirated. The next T turns into a sh sound because it's in an ION. Practitioner. Predominant, predominant, predominant. Prospect, prospect, prospect. Radical, radical, radical. Random, random, random. Reinforce, reinforce, reinforce. Sometimes that in gets shortened when native speakers say it because it comes out reinforce, but know that you'll hear that. You may also hear, depending on how the person is stressing the word, you may also hear reinforce. Restore, restore, restore. Revise, revise, revise. Schedule, schedule. You may also hear schedule, but the accepted pronunciation is schedule. This differs greatly from the British pronunciation of schedule or schedule. So in American pronunciation, you'll hear schedule. Tense, tense. It kind of looks like tens, but it's tense. Terminate, terminate, terminate. Theme, theme. Thereby, thereby. Uniform, uniform, uniform. Vehicle, vehicle. You may also hear this as vehicle. That's not a standard pronunciation, but it is a common one. The standard pronunciation is vehicle, but you may hear vehicle. Via, via, via. Virtual, virtual. That TU becomes a ch sound. Virtual. Visual. Visual. Widespread. Widespread. Congratulations on finishing list 8. So now you have a lot of these words behind you. There are videos for the other lists if you need to go back, if you need to just practice. There are also books for each of the word lists, so you get more in-depth information as well as some practice exercises. There's an activity book for further practice on all the words in the list. There are other books that are more specific to specific fields of study. And if you like, you can contact me. I am available for tutoring. I have done a lot of this, and I can usually figure out if you are saying what you think you're saying, because sometimes that's the problem. But if you practice, you will do great. I have absolute confidence in you, and best of luck, and I'll see you soon.